What's going on, guys? DFS Warstrike here, and here in this video, I'm going to be doing an NFL recap over the weekend of how the games went, and then I'm also going to be giving you two players to play on NBA Prize Picks here tonight. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm a DFS provider when it comes to the NBA, the NFL, and then the new season for the UFL, which begins March 30th. Um, Other than that, I'm going to go through this games over the weekend, kind of give you guys what my thoughts were if you guys missed the video the other day compared to how it actually played out over the weekend. So let's get started with the NFL recap. We have the Texans versus the Ravens. That was the first game on the Saturday afternoon. The first half went exactly how we portrayed it, right? If you know, when I went over it on the video, I thought CJ Stroud and the Texans were going to jump off to a strong start. They needed to go off to a strong start if they were going to be in that game because we knew the second half the Ravens were going to adjust and pull away. CJ did everything, went over halfway over the prop after the first half. But then when it came to the second half, it just wasn't good at all. CJ got absolutely clamped down, couldn't read a defense, didn't know where the blitzes were coming from, kind of got flustered, started throwing it away a little bit early, was getting rough in the pocket. Um, Ravens adjustments just completely locked up that offense. That offense couldn't move the ball. The way I saw it happening was Texans needed a strong start. They got off to an okay start at half, but it wasn't strong enough because it was tied 10-10. And then the Ravens ran away with it. I felt the first half was exactly what we read the game was going to be, but the adjustments seemed to be too much for Houston, and ending their season in honestly a disappointing way. I know they weren't supposed to be there or anything, but with how competitive they have been over the last couple of weeks, to see their offense crumble the way it did was very disappointing to see that. I thought they were going to play a lot better, especially in the fourth quarter late. I thought they were going to get more passes and throws off, but it just wasn't going to work for CJ. CJ just couldn't do anything against that Baltimore defense. But that was really it for that one. You go to this Packers and 49ers game, a little bit like what we thought it was going to be like. I felt like this game was more the Packers outplayed the Niners. The Packers had a better game plan coming into this game. Shanahan, to me, was outcoaching himself. I felt like he was making it more difficult than what it needed to be. He was putting a lot on Purdy early, which on that offense, Purdy is the weak link. Whether people want to put him in the MVP candidacy or want to say he's just not good, he's the weak link of that offense. You have McCaffrey, Debo ended up getting hurt, but still you have Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk. The team is stacked offensively. There was no reason to not feed McCaffrey early. I thought they were going to do that, but Shanahan completely abandoned the run in the first half. The second half is what bounced them back. They focused more on getting McCaffrey the ball. Um, our second half play cashed in that game because we had McCaffrey over rushing yards. He had that 39-yard rushing touchdown. His prop was at 42 and a half. And he ended up taking over more of the second half. They started focused on giving McCaffrey the ball, which is what they need to do for all four quarters, honestly. McCaffrey is, in my opinion, the best athlete on the field. Um, Especially in that game, it wasn't even close who the best athlete was. McCaffrey is the best athlete in the NFL, maybe outside of Lamar Jackson. Those are the two that you can compare. But when it comes to running backs and receivers, McCaffrey to me is the best one. And to not force feed him, especially in the playoffs, which I really thought leading up to it, that's what they were going to do because these last couple of weeks in the regular season, they got McCaffrey that rest on week 18. He hurt his ankle, but he was very limited. Besides when he was getting the ball, he was seeing a lot of the sidelines to rest up for the playoffs. So I really thought they were going to force feed him, which didn't end up happening until the second half. It just happened too late, and that's why the Packers kept it as close as they did. Jordan Love in that offense was humming, you know, pretty much the whole game, I would say. They were moving the ball fairly well. Aaron Jones, they relied on him for the last 4 or 5 weeks, and he's come up to show that he's still valuable in the running game for them. Now, the way it ended for Jordan Love, his throw across his body, late out of the pocket, across field, was dumb. That was a dumb throw. But there's a lot of pressure with the season they've had. Jordan Love showed so much potential, and it frustrates the crap out of me to think that the Packers probably just found their third straight franchise quarterback. But kudos to Jordan Love and the Packers this season. They had a good season. And then that's it for Saturday. We moved into Sunday, where the first game was Tampa Bay versus Detroit. That game went exactly like we said. Baker balled out. Baker threw his yards that we were going for over 260 and a half. So Baker played a really good game up until the last throw. The Lions, we felt good about them going into Sunday because of the home field, the energy, the electricity that's going on. Jared Goff's playing really good right now. So we felt the Lions were going to win a close one, which they did. The game went exactly how we scripted. You can see here some of the winnings I posted in the Patreon. These are some of our members. The Mike Evans, Sam Laporta second half cashed, and that was a fairly good game. I was excited to see that. We went with Evans in the second half because Baker was force feeding him early. Sam Laporta going into that day we felt was going to have a big game because Laporta um, tight ends typically were killing Tampa as of late. So we liked Laporta going into this one, and then we also went with him. Obviously, after the strong first half, he had four receptions in the second half to cash us our second half slip. But that game pretty much went, like we talked about. It lived up to the hype. It was a competitive game. Baker played good. Galt played good. Um, I think it was more of a sweat for the people that took the Amon St. Brown discount. He cashed very late. But other than that, this game pretty much went the way we were intending it to go. But yeah, the Chiefs and Bills were the last game of the night. Absolute heartbreaker, man. It sucks to see Buffalo go out that way. I thought personally this was a different Josh Allen than what we've seen. I really thought that if Josh Allen took care of the football, then they were going to win this game because that's honestly been his kryptonite is when he gets so careless with the ball. And Bills made plays like when they forced Hardman to fumble and to force a touchback. Um, I thought Allen played well enough. It's just Mahomes and Kelsey. That was my worry that if Mahomes and Kelsey were going to get a rhythm together, then this was going to get ugly. Kelsey ended up with two touchdowns, and they ended up sliding through. Tyler Bass misses that field goal wide right. Um, Even if he hit that field goal, I still felt like Chiefs were going to win. I thought Allen had to score a touchdown on that drive to win that game because even if you hit that field goal, they left Mahomes way too much time. And Chiefs, like I said in the Discord when we were going over second half props, I didn't like a field goal unit. Chiefs were finishing drives a lot more in that second half. Outside of them, if they would have kicked the field goal to win the game, but they were playing well offensively and they were executing a lot more. Pacheco started getting going. The Chiefs just looked like they kind of wore down that Bills defense. Um, but it's heartbreaking to see Allen go out like that. And it's like Allen lost last time because he didn't get to see the field and the coin toss. Mahomes goes down the field, wins the game. Now he wins this time as he sets up a game tying field goal, and Tyler Bass missed it wide right. So that sucks. It's heartbreaking for him. We did take Josh Allen over props that we paired with the Amon St. Brown discount, and that one hit fairly easily. I felt confident about Josh Allen going into this one. I knew he was going to get tons of usage, especially when it came to the passing game. The ball was going to be in his hands a lot more. Um, but yeah, other than that, that's us for the NFL weekend, guys. If you guys want to come join my Discord, there's a link when you sign up in the Patreon. If you're in the Patreon, you just got to find the link and you'll be able to sign up and log in right there. But this comes with the membership. We talk all day in this stuff. We always go over, you see, we got sports sections. So we go over the sports for that day. But this is it, the AFC and NFC championship game. We got the Chiefs traveling to Baltimore, which should be a really exciting game. And then you have the Lions versus the 49ers, which I'll be breaking that stuff down later in the week. But it's coming to an end towards football season. We had a really fun time during football this year, tons of success. as we came through. Now we're going to be focusing on NBA and then moving more towards the UFL when that starts as well. But other than that, guys, I'm going to get started here with the NBA prize picks and give you guys my two favorite plays of the day. Okay, so my two favorite plays that I'm going to go with here, play number one is Dennis Schroeder over 2.5 rebounds. I really like this play with Dennis Schroeder playing against Memphis tonight. Last time he played Memphis, he saw 7 rebounds. He's averaging 5.3 rebound chances per game over the last 4 games. Memphis gives up the most rebounds to point guards on the season. So I really like this play here. This comes at a really low price because over the last couple of games, he hasn't really been rebounding now that he's kind of moved into that six-man role as well. He should see close to, I was thinking, 25 to 27 minutes tonight. So it should give him the chance to see if he gets over the rebound chances. But I do like Schroeder at a low price here. I know Vegas odds are leaning pretty heavily on him on the over. The other one I have is Devin Booker more than 26.5 points. He's averaging 39.4 points over the last 5 games that he's played against this Chicago team. He's completely abolished this team. If you can see here as well, he's played pretty well. He's got 26 there, 52, 16. He struggled against Sacramento, but then 34 and 31. He's having a great month here in January. These two plays should do pretty well. Now, at home, Devin Booker is shooting a lot better from three, and it's about the same when it comes to his field goal percentage between home and away. But in the month of January, this month alone, he's shooting nearly 51% from the field. So he is shooting very efficiently. And with a guy that should be getting, close to 20 field goal attempts in the month of January, he's averaging 5.5 free throw attempts as well. So with the way he's shooting from three at home, with how efficiently he's shooting right now in the month of January, and with how much he's getting to the line, I think that 26.5, I think that he should get over that line in a competitive game against Chicago. Last time they played, he did not play against them. But I look forward to him this time being able to hopefully drop 30 points again in this one. But other than that, guys, those are going to be my two favorite plays for tonight. I'll have more plays in my Patreon if you guys want to sign up. The Patreon link will be there. I'll also have my social media stuff posted down below. I have an Instagram and a Twitter. But other than that, guys, that's going to be it for me. Let's all cash tonight and have a good night, guys.